Good Tuesday morning, everyone. Monica Corrado here, the Gap Chef, here for our fabulous, um, here for our fabulous, well, I hope it's fabulous, Tuesday morning Facebook Live. I'm happy to be here with you. Again, it's Monica Corrado. My website is simplybeingwell.com. And every Tuesday morning, I attempt to be here and do a Facebook Live for you, answering any questions that you may have. So again, I'm not a medical doctor. And so my job here, my desire here is to make sure that I am accurately representing the GAPS diet. That is gut and psychology syndrome. And then there is gut and physiology syndrome, and accurately representing Dr. Natasha's work. And if there's ever anything that is really mine, it's all mine. I mean, I'm speaking it. But if there's anything that is the word according to me, I will give you these rabbit ears, and we will go from there. All righty then. Let me just check a couple things here. I want to check my lighting. Whoa. Check my contrast. Whoa, that didn't look good. Anyway, we'll just do it like this at this point. Sharpness. Ooh, I'm very sharp. Okay. All right, folks. So hello. Howdy to Joanna and Abby and Daiga, hello. Natasha, hello everyone. Good to see you. I am trying different things with this Facebook Live thing because sometimes the phone doesn't work and sometimes sometimes the camera's wacky. So we'll just do what we can and do the best we can here. Right? I think that's a good idea. Okay. So hold on one second. There we go. Hello, Isabel. How good to have you here. Hello, everyone. Good to have you here. Okay, so let's see. What can we talk about today? I said back to basics. I believe we've done a back to basics meat stock talk. We've done a back to basics culturing dairy talk. We've done a back to basics. I don't know that we've done a back to basics nuts and seeds talk. Hello, Claude. Good to have you. Good to have you with me. All right, so hold on. We're having fun with cameras today. Okay, so why don't we do back to basics nuts and seeds today? And then we will go from there. And then you're welcome to ask me any questions that you'd like to ask regarding anything in the GAPS diet. So nuts and seeds. Let's take a deep breath. Nuts and seeds. So, nuts and seeds belong to a category of seeds. They're all seeds. Nuts, seeds, beans, grains, even though there are no grains on GAPS. Let's make that very clear from the beginning. There are no grains on the GAPS diet. But nuts, seeds, beans, and legumes and grains are all part of a category of seeds. That means certain things for us, and it's really a good idea to just keep it in the front of our mind. Yeah. So that means that if they're seeds, they are the way that the plant procreates. Yeah, a seed. And so a seed does not want to be eaten. Believe it or not, it wants to go all the way through a digestive tract and then be planted somewhere else to grow yet another plant. So because of that, there are so many different protections that seeds have. And again, remember, nuts, seeds, beans, legumes, grains, even though there are no grains on GAPS, right? All of them have protections. Now, some people call them anti-nutrients. I do, because they're not nutrients, they're anti. They use nutrients to actually break them down in your body. They're very hard to digest. And they're full of what we call these anti-nutrients. Those are lectins. That is phytic acid. That is also enzyme inhibitors. All of these things are in nuts, seeds, beans, grains. All of them. Every almond, every sunflower seed, every pumpkin seed, every lentil, which is a GAPS compliant thing. Lentils, white navy beans, haricots, lima beans, split peas, all of those are fine on GAPS. Yeah. So all of them have anti-nutrients. And so what we want to do, so they have anti-nutrients. They're very hard to digest. They're harder to digest than anything else for the human body. We are meant to eat meat. That's why we have canines. Yeah. We're meant to eat meat. We have one stomach. This means that we are carnivores. We're also omnivores. We can eat other things. But all of these things are very hard for the body to digest because nature, God, has put these protections around the seeds. So the seeds will remain good, will remain protected and able to sprout and become a plant sometimes thousands of years later. Thousands of years. No joke. Okay, so they found seeds in, actually they found wheat in one of the pyramids, or maybe in several of them in Egypt, that are thousands of years old, still sprouting if they're given the right conditions. Water, sun, right? Yay. Okay, so if you are going to eat a seed, meaning a nut or a seed or a legume or a lentil, they must be soaked. And there's different soaking. We could talk about that, depending on if it's really a nut or seed or whether it's a bean. Beans and legumes are soaked differently, right? So, yeah, there's soaking, which means water and something. If it's a nut or seed, meaning sunflower seed, pumpkin seed, etc., almond, cashew, walnut, whatever, pecan, you're going to soak those in water and salt, not just water, water and salt. If you're going to work with a lentil or a white navy bean or a haricot or a lima bean, they will either be soaked in water and in acid, like lemon juice or apple cider vinegar, or whey, water and an acid, or water and bicarbonate of soda, baking soda, pinch. So acidulated water, alkaline water. So soaking, all of this is very clear in my book, The Complete Cooking Techniques for the GAP Site. I'm looking over there because that's sitting over there. So there is, it's clear in there about how to do these things, how to soak them, or you can sprout. I have to tell you, folks, sprouting is like the easiest thing going when you're talking about nuts, seeds, or beans. Your body loves sprouting. Sprouting turns a nut or a seed into a plant, and we're far better able to digest plants than we are nuts, seeds, beans. Yeah? So soak in water and something. Sprout. Yeah? Sprout just like you would sprout on a windowsill in a jar, right? And or ferment. Ferment with water and whey. Ferment with water and a starter. Ferment with water and a probiotic capsule. Ferment, right? So if we're going to have these things in our diet, then we want to make sure they're pre-digested prior to putting them in our diet. Really important. I can't stress it enough. We all know that intro stage 3, or some of us know, maybe we're new. For new, it's fine. But intro diet stage 3, you're bringing in nut butter pancakes. They could be seed butter pancakes. So watch it. Just make sure when you bring them in that you do that very slowly and you watch for digestive distress. And it's always best to make your own. nut or seed butter, for there's nut or seed butter pancakes. Yeah, soak or sprout or ferment your nuts or seeds prior to making the nut butter, and then proceed with the recipe. And then we know that in stage 4, you're starting to make the basic bread, which I always suggest. Monica, the Gap chef, I always suggest that you ferment that flour, nut or seed flour, prior to baking. It's really makes such a difference for digestion. It's really an important thing to do. All right, so those are just some basics. I bring this up because Dr. Natasha has said over and over and over that nuts and seeds can feed yeast. So proceed with mindfulness. If you have a high yeast condition, like so many people say, candida, whatever. If you have a high yeast condition, maybe you do not want to bring nuts or seeds into your diet. It is fine to skip nuts and seeds in intro. You do not have to do them because they can throw you way back. They can throw you back into the former stage because you just can't handle them. So I just want to bring that up. Anyway, again, I hope you're all doing well. I'm going to take some questions now and see how everybody's doing. If you'd like to get my book and you haven't gotten it yet, I'd love for you to get it. It was written with all of you in mind to make everything easy, everything easier, organized. What equipment do I need? What are the steps that I need to do? How do I actually do this? So I'd love for you to pick up my book like this. Da, 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 da. There's my O-ring. You can see I have a light on today. Ooh, that's fun. Look at this. Maybe I should do this. Hold on. I'm trying to get it in there. Wouldn't that be fun? La 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 la. Anyway, being silly. Silly is important, let me tell you. So, yeah, if you'd like to pick up my book, if you're in Europe or you're in Asia, Africa, or anywhere besides, North America, the shipping is going to be very expensive because the book weighs 3 pounds. Not sure how many kilograms that is, and so you pay for postage by weight. If you would like, you can absolutely get the Kindle version. I know it's not a book in your hands, but it's so easy to search, or the PDF that's downloadable, etc., etc. So, coupon on our page under featured posts. What is it called? New Gaps, all caps, 2023, because that was last year. All right, let's say hello to everybody. La la la. Who are they? Isabel. Okay. Hussein, hello, Hussein. Hello, Farhia's here. Hello, Anissa, good to see you. Sumaya is here. Fabulous. Hello, Daiga is here. Who else is here? Laura. Hey, Laura, how are you doing out there? Okay, excellent. Anyway, folks, I thought it was really important to go over nuts and seeds because they're tough. Nuts and seeds are tough. And I have other videos on my YouTube channel and on this page about nuts and seeds and beans, really lentils and legumes that are very specific that you can take a look at if you're interested. So hopefully that would be helpful to you. Always trying to be a little helpful over here. Another quick thing, we just finished 4 days. Count them. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 days of GAPS Online Conference 2024. GAPS OnCon. It was amazing. It was huge. Oh my goodness. I still haven't even watched probably 60% of the conference because there's so much material there. Raising a family in GAPS, really. It was very focused on childhood. Dr. Natasha was very focused on preconception and the importance of both partners being ready, both physically, mentally, spiritually, all of it, to welcome a new child into the family. She talked a lot about that. So it was all about, the whole conference was about raising a child, GAP style. So there's things on dental, there are things on emotions, there are things on family dynamics. How do you talk to your grandparents or their grandparents, family members who don't believe or don't or think you're crazy, or really some amazing things were covered. I did a cooking class of foods for preconception, pregnancy, lactation, toddlers, teens, and then I did a whole thing on going away to college and eating GAP style. So I just bring this up, folks, because you are still able to purchase. They're making it those videos available to you, that you can purchase them and watch them whenever you want from now through August. So I really encourage you to take a look. Go to GAPS OnCon. Again, gapsoncon.com, and you can, I think you can just get the ones that you're really interested in. Perhaps, maybe Dr. Natasha's 2 sessions, maybe my 3 sessions, maybe the fabulous sessions on dental. There's one on men's health. All sorts of great things. So I just throw that out there, and we don't need to talk about it anymore, but just letting you know that you haven't missed it. There's still plenty of time to go ahead and watch those videos. Totally worth it. Do a watch party. Have a friend. Have families that are doing GAPs near you. All of you pitch in, buy one, sit down and watch them. I mean, that's a great way to do it. All right. Let's get back to everybody over here. La 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 la, saying hello, Anissa. Aw, Anissa was just listening to my replay. Thank you. Amazing. You're welcome. That was the replay, which was the demystifying meat stock. Woohoo! Yes. All right, I'm going to start answering questions now. Hey, Kathy. Ionella is here too. Yahoo! Hello. Good to have all of you with us. Daiga, I'm glad you would like my book. I love it. Alrighty. All right. Hello, Anetha. I don't know you. I think you're new to us. Happy to have you with us. Okay. I am so happy to see you. So happy to see you, everybody. Yay! Okay. I would like to ask you a question regarding broccoli and cauliflower. Are these 2 allowed? My toddler is 4 years old and is autistic. Yes. Broccoli and cauliflower are absolutely allowed. Quick thing, reference for all of you. Both the yellow book and the blue book have lists of all the vegetables that are allowed on GAP. So I would definitely go there and check that out. We are working with cauliflower flowers and broccoli flowers, not the stalk. In the beginning, when you first come to GAP, certainly if your child has any diarrhea, loose bowels, etc. And when we first come to GAPS, we do not work with the stalks. They're too fibrous. Okay. Blessings on your journey with your beloved 4-year-old toddler. All right, Claude says, la 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 la. I would like to introduce egg yolks. Here I go. But I'm so allergic to the white, even quail eggs, that even the tiny sprinkle of white stuck on the yolk when separating gives me a reaction. Therefore, I have only so far been able to eat hard-boiled egg yolks because then it can be separated 100% cleanly. Any other tips? I'm so sorry to hear that. I'm glad that you're working with other eggs. That's brilliant and important to try other eggs. Really good. Everyone. I mean, the other option, thinking. You could do a soft-boiled egg. That too will cook all of the white, and then you can just break open the soft-boiled egg and have the yolk. Possible. You could use maybe you've already tried using a spoon to get into the yolk, right? Yeah, there are egg separators out there that would separate the white. So, thinking. You could use one of those egg separators, which is stainless steel, I believe, and just basically you crack the egg into the separator. The yolk will stay up top. The white will fall out into the bottom into a bowl or something that you have there. And then you can use a spoon to go into that yolk. That's all I've really got. So just remember, I would just continue to be doing lots and lots of meat stock, and yeah, slow and steady. Maybe stay off those, trying to do the runny yolk for, I don't know, a month or two more. Do a lot more healing, and then try again. And try again, folks, with a little tiny speck, right? If we have a real concern, first we do that skin test, and then we do just a little tiny bit in a lot of stock or a lot of soup or a lot of something, right? We don't just go, oh, let me try the yolk and stick it on my tongue. Bad idea. We say, oh, let me try the yolk. I'll take a little toothpick, dip it into the yolk, stick it into a whole bowl of soup, and see if I can, tolerate. That's another way to do it. See if that can work for you. Just a suggestion. Blessings on your journey. And when you eat those fabulous hard-boiled egg yolks, make sure you're eating them with a ton. I know, relative. A bucket of butter or ghee or something. A lot of fat when you're having that yolk. Yeah. Okay, Sumaya says, what kind of beans and legumes can be eaten on full gaps before doing intro? All of the beans and legumes that are okay on gaps. So again, Sumaya, I hope you have a blue book or a yellow book. I hope everybody in this group has a book and is reading it, because it's really, really important. If you don't have a book, go get one. Borrow one from the library. Borrow one from your neighbor. Kidding. Probably your neighbor doesn't have one. What else? Go to gaps.me and do a search. But I will tell you here what are the only beans and legumes on the GAPS diet. Lentils of any color, split peas, lima beans, white navy beans. I think over in Europe they call them haricot beans. And green beans, which green beans in the U.S. are vegetables, so I'm not sure why they're included. Hold on, I got to get situated here. Okay. Yeah, there you go. Michelle, hello, Michelle. I enjoy listening to you. Thank you for all you do. You are welcome. Thanks for being here. Good to have you. All right. Faria says, what do you think is causing dry, pale lips? Taking fats, essential oils, organ meats, ferments, meat stock with egg yolks, supporting the liver, Epsom salt, and castor oil packs. What else can I do? Dry, pale lips. Thinking. Dry, pale lips, are you doing beautiful things like tallow topically on the lips? You could put tallow on your lips. You could put cod liver oil on your lips. Cod liver oil is wonderful for your skin regardless of where it is on your body. So that's fabulous. I am not sure what would be causing dry, pale lips. What I am sure is it's probably a vitamin deficiency. The question is what? I would eat more liver, because it's possible that dry, pale. See, there's two pieces there. There's dry and then there's pale. Dry, you're doing all sorts of good things for dry, right? You're eating lots of fats and things like that. Pale makes me go, pale. Pale. Don't have an idea. I would eat more liver. Why? Because I always tell you all to eat more liver. You're probably laughing at me. But yeah, I would definitely eat more liver. Let's not be looking out the window there. Add more liver. Because if it's B vitamins, liver is chock full of it. And of course, liver is also full of B vitamins, zinc, all sorts of vitamins. So I would start there. I'm sorry I don't have more for you. I am sorry I don't have more for you, Faria. Okay. Let's see. What do we got next? Oh, look at that beautiful name that I don't know how to pronounce. I'm trying. I will try. Where are you? Desislava. Hope that's good. Desislava. I hope that's good. Okay, hello. What do you recommend for detoxing toxic mold and mycotoxins? You know, that was on our page or on my page, and what do I recommend for detox? Can you look at what I wrote on the page? All of you, I hope, are using the search function. Like, if you've got a question about anything, before you send it, because right now I have 200 questions waiting to go into the feed, I'm just going to start letting them through. Before you ask a question, jump on the search function, folks, right on our page and try to find out. Look up mycotoxin, look up mold, see how many hits we've got, how many different times we've already answered the question for anything. Ferments, comm yeast, my beet kvass is molding, my cultured dairy is weird. What about kefir? How do I make this? What do I detox with? I mean, so much wisdom and knowledge. This page is 3 years old. Oh my God. Can you imagine? Okay, so toxic mold and mycotoxins. So number one, the GAPS diet is going to help. So do GAPS for sure. Toxic mold and mycotoxins, you're talking about lung health. So one of the things that Dr. Natasha has said recently when we were teaching the GAPS practitioner program, certified GAPS practitioner program, it might have been the coaches, I can't remember, is to put lard straight on your chest. Nourish the lungs with lard from externally on the skin 2-3 times a day. Lard or tallow. Lard is really good because it's very high in vitamin D if it's from a good source. So do that. I also would look to a practitioner that works with herbs to clear the toxic mold and mycotoxins. You may also want to do some far infrared sauna. This is a word according to Monica. You may also want to do some ionic foot baths. Again, that's according to me. Yeah, mold is a problem. Very hard to get rid of. I had toxic mold. I was exposed, and man, it probably took me 2 or 3 years to get over. That was probably 15 years ago now, but blessings on your journey. Yes, it can be done. Everyone, take care of your lungs. Use essential oils on your lungs, outside, exteriorly. Make sure you're eating enough lard. Make sure you're having enough coconut oil. Put lard and tallow on externally several times a day. Those things can all really help. Thinking. You can also do steams with essential oil where you breathe it in. Really good things. You can breathe in thyme and mold. I would have to look to see which one was specific to mold. I don't know off the top of my head. Okay. Hey, Kathy. Let's see. Kathy is saying, Claude's going to look into egg separators. Yes, rock and roll. Let us know how it goes. You're welcome, Faria. Okay. Kathy says, I was at an Ace Hardware the other day that has a very fancy housewares and kitchen department. There was a beautiful instant precision 6-quart Dutch oven. Woo! The Dutch oven is cast iron with enamel. I was curious if you have seen these. I was thinking my daughter might be... Well, I love cast iron with enamel. That's all I use to make my meat stock. I have not several. I probably have 2 big ones. One is 7 quarts and one is 4 quarts. I don't know instant precision. I do encourage all of you to do your research. If you're going to buy any Dutch oven that is enamel, call them and ask if there's any lead in their enamel paint. No joke. So call them, write them, get to customer service and say, hey, I have concerns about lead in the enamel. Can you tell me if yours is clean? No, can you send me the report that tells me that yours is clean? Right? That's what we want to do. Right? You're their customer. So, all right. See what's next. Hope that's helpful, Kathy. I get my bird seed at Ace Hardware. Just filled up my bird feeders. Love those little birdies. All right, Umsumaya says, "Hey Sandy, how are you? Hey Vanderhorst Homestead, how are you?" I probably said that wrong, I'm sorry. Hello Kathleen Smith, woo woo. Hello Edita, yay. Ionella, I love that. Ionella, here we go. Can I use water and kefir to soak pork meat if I do not have kefir whey? Yes! Ooh, and I'll go back up. Okay, so yes, it's a fabulous thing to do. You can absolutely do water with kefir to soak the pork. You can do water and whey to soak the pork. You can do water and a handful of sauerkraut or 2 handfuls to soak the pork. Yeah, all of those things are good. You can do water and beet kvass to soak the pork. Of course, it'll turn pink, but who cares? Yeah, really, really good. Yay! I got it right. Fabulous. Hello, hello. All right, I hope that's helpful. All right, let's go on up. You're welcome, Desislava. You're welcome. Blessings. Mold is not easy, folks. Golly gee willikers. Here's a thought. One more thought. There is an essential oil blend, folks, called Thieves Oil. It's from Young Living. If you have access to it, I mean, most people can just purchase it on Amazon. Thieves and On Guard from doTERRA. But the point is, there is an essential oil blend recipe. It's called Thieves because it was protecting people from the Black Death. That's what they say. Definitely has clove oil in it. Very, very powerful, very strong. So you may want to look that up. I'm sorry, it just came in. I was thinking, how can we keep people from having mold in their homes? You can diffuse these essential oils in your home so that you don't get mold. Really important. Mold is very difficult to get out of the lungs once it's there. So just a thought. All right, let's go back up here to, wait, I see something. Whoa. Kathleen says, your favorite way to bring down a 4-day fever now going on 105 degrees. So Dr. Natasha will say to bring that down. Once you hit something like 102, I think. But there are many, 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 many people now that say, doctors, that including Tom Cowan, etc., that say, and Sally Fallon, who's not a doctor, but she's president of the Weston A. Price Foundation, that say do not bring the fever down. 105 is high. I would do things to, again, the mom is always right. If you ever get to a point where you're like, this is too high, take your child in to the emergency room and be okay with it. I mean, trust your gut, whatever you do. You know the answer better than anyone else on everything, moms. You know the answer. It's in your gut, no pun intended. You know what's right. So if you get to a point where it's too high and you're worried and you want to bring it down, do what you need to do. Honest Injun. Now, when I was a child, I think I got to 106, and my parents were away. I was an infant. My parents were away. My sweet, beloved, now deceased, my parents are deceased too, but my deceased uncle, Pat, who was a doctor, took me and plunged me in an ice bath. That's what he did. Now, that's a shock to the system. I mean, I'm here today. Thank goodness. I'm not sure. I'm not saying you should do that. I think that's really extreme. But perhaps cool. I'm sure you're doing cool cloths on the head. That's really the most important place that needs to get cooled down is the brain. So cool cloths on the forehead, maybe cool water around the ankles. Yeah, support that child. That's all I've really got. Some people, I would not, I mean, I personally do not recommend ibuprofen because it's so bad for the gut, but if you need to do some other pain reliever, fever reducer to bring that down, certainly without dyes in it, then do what you need to do. I mean, that's all I've really got. Going on 105 degrees. Yeah, blessings. Cool, just try to cool the baby down, the child down just a little bit. or a lot bit if you need to. Listen to your gut. You'll know what to do. Those are my best options. Blessings. All right. Sumaya says, on stage 4, intro, you make vegetable juice from carrots, lettuce, celery stalk, and mint. Can other vegetables be used for the juice? Are there certain vegetables that are not used for juicing? So that's the juice that we start with, and we start to make sure that the body can handle the juice well. What does that mean? Juicing is detoxifying. Stage 4 starts the detoxification part of the diet, right? So detoxifying. So do that for a while, and then you can use any other vegetable that is on the GAPS diet. So what is not on the GAPS diet? No starches. Obviously, I hope you wouldn't be juicing potatoes. Blah. So no starches, really, that's pretty much it. Because the fibrous vegetables will go straight through the juicer and is no problem because the juicer will take out the fiber. So, yeah, you can use whatever juices you want. I would go back to the yellow or blue book. Dr. Natasha has a little formula. I'll tell you the formula. For the most part, when you're working with juices, this is not a GAPS shake, okay? GAPS shakes have a very specific recipe, and that is found for the first time in the blue book, and I think it's page 80, right? That GAPS shake for the removal of gallstones, bile stones. There it is, page 80. Woo woo, la 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 la. Anyway, so juicing is another story. You want 50% therapeutic, 50% good tasting, and 5% of the therapeutic can be beets. So, because why? Beets can provoke is such a bad word. How about initiate? Catalyze. Beets can initiate a very strong detox reaction. So, there you go. Excellent, excellent. If we suspect H. pylori, we are to supplement B vitamins, zinc, and evening primrose oil. Really? I don't know where that came from, but okay. If I am using oyster powder for zinc, great. Taking the oil, okay. Are our ferments acceptable for the B vitamins? B vitamins. Liver, 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 liver. Did I say liver? Liver, B vitamins, liver. Okay, can you do liver? That's really the question. Liver is your answer for B vitamins, everybody, and everybody needs them. So, there you go. I mean, yes, some ferments do create some B vitamins, but I would be making sure you get a lot of liver in there. You knew I was going to say that. All right, let's keep moving down there. Edita! Red onions on the sole of their feet. Yes, thank you. Perfect. I don't know who wrote that, but that's absolutely true. Okay, yes, Epsom salt baths when they have fevers. Thank you, Roseanne. Excellent. Thank you for that. Absolutely true. Yasmin, thank you for that. Fantastico. I know. All right. Belladonna, homeopathic for fever. Thank you, Laura. I knew there was a fabulous homeopathic remedy out there. I love it. Anna Lynn has it in there too. I love it. Thank you, everyone, for totally helping out here. Hello, Anna Clara. Okay. I just bought an atomizing diffuser. Excellent. Excellent. And thieves. Good job. Okay. Let's see. Miriam. Hello, Miriam. Miriam. How much honey am I supposed to have each day? You're not supposed to have any honey each day, meaning it's not a requirement to eat raw honey. Just putting it out there. I'm craving a lot of snacks, and the only snacks I'm having every day is a lot of lard with like 5 tablespoons of more honey. Way too much honey, folks. Way too much honey if you're in intro stage 2. Yeah, let me say that a different way. If you're craving a lot of carbs and snacks, increase the amount of fat and protein that you're eating. That's the first thing. If you're craving a lot of carbs, sugary things, snacks, sweet things, that's usually your microbes, especially if you're in stage 2. So You can definitely use the, what is it called again? I call it the blood sugar stabilizer. All over the web they call it fat bombs, but you certainly can use the butter honey mixture or the ghee honey mixture or the coconut honey mixture. Make it up according to the recipe that Dr. Natasha has. She's got it all over gaps.me, the exact recipe of how much butter to how much honey. You can eat that all day if you need it for blood sugar stabilization. I hope that's helpful. Yeah, but if you're craving honey or you're craving sugar, you're craving sweetness, you're craving carbohydrates, you're craving, that's usually your microbes. So let's get you a lot of fat and a lot of protein. Okay. Hello, Leonie Green is here. Hello, lady. All right. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Okay, where are we? Here we are. Edita, hello. Is it safe to use Chanca-Piedra tea or pills? 17 months on GAPS, 2 to 3 months regular GAPS shakes, strong diarrhea with temperature for several days with belly pain and light colored stool after that. Does that mean stones are moving and are sucked out? I personally have never used Chanca-Piedra, meaning I haven't had a drink of it. I'm aware of it. I personally think that the tea is better than the pills because the tea is milder, gentler, less concentrated than a pill would ever be. So I'm going to go that way. Strong diarrhea with a temperature. With belly pain, here you go, folks. So if you have a strong diarrhea, anybody, what's the answer? According to DNCM, whey. Did I say whey? WHEY. No way. Yes, way. That's the way. Sorry, I'm being silly. My first ever video I ever did, I did that with an audience. Yes, way. Anyway, way. Cracking myself up here today. Sorry, folks. Just a little silly. Silly is good. All right. So, yeah, whey, WHEY from yogurt is or raw milk separated. Only raw milk, not pasteurized. So whey from yogurt or whey from raw milk separated. Drink it all day long. I'm not saying whey from kefir. That may be too strong unless you're already drinking kefir. So whey is the answer for that. I'm sorry you have belly pain. I would also be doing things like maybe you want to try a castor oil pack on your liver. Maybe you want to try it on your belly unless that feels too strong to you. Light colored stool is definitely about fats and gallbladder. Yeah. But diarrhea, folks, means you need high protein dairy. The easiest to bring in is whey. You could drink it all day long until the diarrhea subsides. It will help. Good. Kathy, loved that. Okay. Araceli. Hello, Araceli. I hope I said that right. I've been dealing with mold too and always feel my body inflamed. I try to reintroduce ferments and my symptoms get worse. Should I introduce again? I also have candida overgrowth. Yeah, I hear you. I personally, and as a GAPS practitioner, would suggest that you stay off the ferments for now and try to work with a very, very potent probiotic just for a while, maybe 3 to 6 months until you get your flora shifted and then can start bringing in little tiny bits of ferments. It's important to rebuild the microbiome, and if just as I always say, slow and steady, gradually do the Monica Corrado stair-step method of a little bit, introduce a little bit, stay there for 2 or 3 days or a week, and then introduce a little bit more. Listen to the body. Do only what you can tolerate. So do not be afraid. I'll say it differently. Be confident. Be confident in just putting a drop of sauerkraut juice, right, in 8 ounces of water and take a drop of that. See if you can start there, Araceli. Yeah? See if you can start there and not have a big reaction, right? We want to, at some point, you'll turn the tide and it won't be a problem anymore. But really, folks, Feel free to start with very little bit, a drop, no joke. Yeah. Oh, one more thing about the GAPS OnCon. Fabulous presentations about eczema. Wow. By an amazing certified GAPS practitioner and nurse, Michelle. I think she's in Florida. Anyway, really good stuff for all of you who have kids who have eczema. Anyway, I hope that's helpful. Okay, we did that, we did that, we did this. Claude says, my last batches of sauerkraut and beet kvass all turned sour but not fizzy and had a bit of a musty smell and taste. I added 2% salt. Should I add a bit more? Great, great, great question. Salt is directly connected to whether or not your ferments are going to grow the good guys or the bad guys. So, if you are having issues with mold, or I would increase the amount of salt. Now remember that beet kvass doesn't always go fizzy, and that's fine. Sauerkraut doesn't always go fizzy, and that's fine. Okay, so yes, you can add a bit more salt. Good idea. Hello, Vlad. All right. I would like to try lentils or beans for our baby. No, don't. Sorry, folks. Okay, I'm being a little strong on that, but I got to tell you, babies need animal products. So I personally, and I'm sure Dr. Natasha, would love for you to be giving that baby liver, meat stock, meat, poultry, eggs, cultured dairy, and that's pretty much it for a while. As soon, we just started full GAPS after 6 months on the intro. Yeah, I don't know how old your baby is, but I would stay away from grains, folks. Pardon me, not grains. Sorry. I would stay away from beans and legumes and lentils at least until your child is 2 or older. 2 or older. We've really got to get. So let me know how old your child is, but really, none of that stuff till the child's 2 or older. They don't have the enzymes to break these things down. They don't actually create them in their bodies. So I highly recommend that you stay really strong with animal foods and cultured dairy and fat and good salt and stock, and don't go near. I would stay off of all those things. Okay. Yay for all these people who are helping with the fever. Thank you, dear people. Okay, Isabel, my 8-year-old had white, light green, small, round, pebble-like poop today. That was the first I thought. The first I thought was that he is flushing gallbladder stones. But I took them up from the toilet. It was mushy, exactly like rendered fat. What is your opinion? Those are gallstones. I don't know, but my best deduction, gallbladder stones are not always hard, folks. They're hard when they've been there for a really long time. Or a long time. Gallstones can be soft. Yeah. He is super black under his eyes, even though we're sporting his liver. Oh, sweetie petite. Sorry, I'm looking. He's currently in intro. Carnivore GAPS, reintroducing ferments due to a histamine reaction, has a huge appetite. Give him all the fat and all the organ meat that you can. Lots of fat, lots of organ meat. The fat will help him flush the stones. So, lots of fat, lots of organ meat, lots of meat stock. There's something I'm missing. Hold on, I was just thinking of it. Oh, beets. Lots of beets and beet greens. I would give that to your sweet 8-year-old. And then, lots of Epsom salt baths. Into the tub we go. You can do 2-3 Epsom salt baths a day, everybody. So don't be afraid. Again, be happy. Be confident in doing 2 or 3 detox baths a day. Really good idea. All right. Okay. All right. You are welcome. 15 months. Yep. Oh, so yeah, Vlad Alina. I would wait until that child is 24 months or older to even think about any kind of bean. That's just my not humble opinion. Not humble. Very strong about it. Okay. Don't want to introduce anything that will harm or stall us. Yeah, focus, everybody. Focus on those healing foods. Focus on those healing foods. Focus on those healing foods. Yeah? Good idea. Perfect. How would you describe a healthy urine? Healthy urine does not smell strong and is not very dark in color. Yeah. How frequently should a healthy? I don't have any idea. I don't have a number. I mean, some people urinate more often than other people do for different reasons, but just watch the color. The color should be light yellow, right? Light yellow, and should not smell strongly. That's the best I can give you for that. Okay. Let's see, where are we going next? Kathleen is happy and thankful. Excellente. Roasted red onions. All right, raw red onion also works. Okay. Okay. Where are we? We're getting close. 12:27. How'd that happen? Okay. Great. We, as in it's recommended outside of GAPS. Great. I'm eating liver daily. Thank you so much. I know it's recommended outside of GAPS. I can tell. All right. Sorry. All right. Good. If I understood it right, you use only... No, you can use umsumaya. You can use any vegetable or fruit that is in the book, in the yellow or blue book. There are tons of them. Any vegetable or fruit, as long as it's not a potato, a sweet potato. Yeah. Can't think of anything else, really. A turnip. No, turnips are fine. Parsnips. No parsnips. Yeah. Yeah, you're fine with all of that. You can use some fruit. You just don't want it to be more than 50% of the juice, ever. Okay, Natasha says, my toddler has been on GAPS intro for about a year and a half. What symptoms should I look for if he still has bad yeast? Any kind of rash between his toes, any kind of rash in his groin area, any kind of rash in the back of his knees or in his elbow area, elbow crease, dandruff, any kind of cradle cap thing going on. Yeah, those are all good signs. And then you can give your toddler some fruit and see if they turn red in their face immediately. That means too much sugar. I hope that's helpful. Okay. Good. You're welcome, Isabel. Does bringing the fever down apply to me? Yeah, I got to tell you got to keep that fever going, folks. Fevers are really, really important to the body in terms of cleansing and healing. Yeah. Okay, let's see. Okay, we did that. Thoughts on activated charcoal for diarrhea? Only if you know that it was a food that gave you diarrhea, like you ate a bad food. That's my thing. So if you ate a bad food, like you have food poisoning, activated charcoal is great. Otherwise, we want to work with the flora of the gut. And in order to do that, that means bring in more healthy, good bacteria, yeast, etc. to help and get that diarrhea firmed up. So what else? Whey, yogurt, kefir, all of those things are going to help diarrhea resolve. Yeah, that's my thoughts about activated charcoal. Yay! Okay, let's see where we are. All right. Healthy urine, we talked about that. I have a question concerning juicing. Do we peel a cucumber before juicing? You know, most cucumbers, sadly, are covered with wax, so it's probably a good idea to peel it. Unless you grew it yourself, in which case you don't have to peel it. Yes. What's your suggestion on ways to purify your water if you're going away for more than a month? Pardon me. Do you mean like you're going to go... You want to purify while you're away? I'm actually going away again. I fly tomorrow. I like the Grail water bottle. Yeah, the Grail, Grayl. I'm going to write it in here. Grayl. is the name of the water bottle. Yeah. So that is actually a filtered water bottle that'll filter out all bacteria, etc., but it also takes out the chemicals. So that's the one. It is fantastic. I used it when I was in France. I used it. Why? Not that France is a dirty country or whatever, but I'm coming from the milieu, the microbial culture, haha, but the microbes in the U.S. and specifically where I live, going to Europe, different microbes. So I filtered everybody out and used that to drink. Yep. We made sauerkraut, but its juice overflowed. Then you didn't leave enough room in the jar or in the container. Yeah, next time leave at least 2 inches. 2 inches for every liter or quart, right? So 2 inches, yeah. Here's my water dot. Anyway, that's another story. Okay. If you want to know about aqua dots, they're on my website, simplybeingwell.com. I don't have that water bottle there, but I should put it there for sure. Yes, I think that you did not have enough space in your jar. Hey, Deb, so great to be with you. You were a ghost gapster there. You didn't let me know. Thanks for coming on. All right. You're welcome. All right. Last thing. Here we go. When we transition out of the GAPS diet, in which order do we add the foods that are not mentioned in the blue book, like cheese and other not full GAPS legal food? You go to what Dr. Natasha calls the transition diet. I have it in my book very clearly, but she also, of course, has it here. Well, of course, my book comes from her book, so I would look at the part that says transitioning, coming off the GAPS diet. She says coming off the GAPS diet. It's on page 210. I call it the transition diet, which is what she used to call it in the yellow book. So I would look at that and then go from there. Yeah. I saw a post on Facebook from WAPF. There was a link about mRNA vaccines being used in food. Yeah, you probably don't want to write that in here. I'm going to take it off because I'm removing your comment. Maybe I won't remove it, but that could get us like closed down to actually write that in a comment. Oh. So everybody take a look. Take a look at your, make sure. That's okay. You're fine. You're good. Yeah. One more time with feeling. What does Dr. Natasha say? Grow your own food or know your farmer, because there's no food in the grocery store. Nothing nutritious, nothing we should be eating. She was very clear about that over the weekend. I tend to give a little bit more breath, a little bit more grace to people. I agree with her 100%, and then we have to do what we can do. So do the best that you can. Get the cleanest food you can find. Grow it yourself. Find a farmer that you can trust. That's the best that we can do right now. And then what else? Bless it and go. Do the best you can. Do not have split energy. Know that you've done your best. Do your research. Find clean food sources, and then say a blessing and off you go. Do not have split energy when you do anything in your life, really. All right, folks, I'm going to go ahead and close. Wonderful to see all of you today. I look forward to seeing you next week. Yeah, same GAPS channel, same GAPS time. I wish you all good health, blessings, ease, ease, joy, blessings on you and your family. Okay, I'll take it out, Kathy, no problem. All right, bye now.